Hi, Barry Foster here, and welcome back to A-League to the UK. This is episode number 26 with the Newcastle Jets in the Australian A-League, and today we've got another FFA Cup second round match against Brisbane Roar. That's been played at the Hunter Stadium in Newcastle. But before we get to that game, we did play two friendly matches offline, both in Brisbane. The first one was against Brisbane City, and we beat them at Spencer Park by 5-0 with Sumau scoring a brace, Connor Payne, Aspropotomitis and Harry Clark also getting onto the score sheet. And then we stayed in Brisbane and we played the Brisbane Strikers at Perry Park and beat them 4-0. This time Connor Payne with a brace, Sumau and Yengi getting on the score sheet. So two very good victories up in Brisbane, but today it's Brisbane Roar, and they will be a much tougher opponent because they are an A-League side. So without further ado, let's go and play Brisbane Roar. Okay, so here's the starting lineup for today's match. We've got Woods in goal, James, Clark, Ansell and Galloway across the back line, Brimmer and Sykes in the midfield, Connor Payne out on the left, Miller on the right, Oakes and Stamatolopoulos will lead our attacking line. Now on the bench we've got 7 substitutes, 3 can be used, and we've got Jack Duncan, Donachie, Jones, O'Toole, Melling, Thurgate and Tate Yengi. Brandon Wilson and Sumau are both on international duty with their country, and we've also got Christian Doige, I think that's how you pronounce it, a Welshman, 30 years old, on trial at the club. Some interesting attributes there. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to offer him a contract, but we've brought him in for a trial anyway, just to see how he goes. But we do have 5 foreign players already registered for the team, and that's the maximum number that we can register. So anyway, that's the starting 11. So let's submit the team and get to the match. Let's see what our assistant manager has to say today. Or Carl Veed. Well, we're favourites. Yep, we'll back him on that one. He can do the tunnel interview as normal. And a bit of a sparse crowd there at the Hunter Stadium, but it's the Jets that get the game underway, with a bit of precipitation coming down very early in the match. And this is Sykes out to Miller. And he tries to get his cross in, but that's blocked, and that's the end of our opening highlight. The Jets so far have not really met any tough opposition in friendly matches. They've all been very, very comfortable victories. And this is Brimmer sending in a free kick, but that's an easy take for the Raw goalkeeper. And he sends it down the field to no one in particular. Anyway, this is Clark now playing it to James and out to the new signing, Connor Payne, who's done very well in pre-season. Scored quite a few goals and looked very lively out there on the left. This is Payne putting a cross in for Miller. Nice header, but that's dealt with quite easily by the Brisbane defence. Now Miller again sends in, well, I think that was a cross shot. You take your pick. I think it was probably a cross, and Oakes almost had the opening goal of the match. I'm putting a lot of faith in Jai Oakes. I think he's about 21. He's got some interesting attributes. He's got some that are not too interesting, but I've got a feeling he might be a very good backup striker for us. This is Brisbane now with a corner. That goes far post. Woods with a punch. Now Tilio for Aldred. Lundy already with an injury. Now this is Daly, and of course he gets the corner. Daly sends it far post again, and that'll be Miller now. He can take it out of the defence and maybe start an attack. And he's brought down by Tilio, so that'll be a free kick. With the rain stool coming down here in Newcastle. Bit of a tentative opening 15 minutes. But this is James now, clearing it long to Oakes and now Sykes, the playmaker. He had a pretty decent season for us last season, but he's lost out there. Probably should have tried to play it through. This is a bit of a 50-50 ball there. Now Brimmer with a header, but that's been cleared. Here comes Connor Payne. Can he inflict some pain? Well, he had a shot, and down he goes, and that's a penalty. Okay, we'll have a look at... I think Brimmer is a pretty good penalty taker, sitting on 13, and I think we'll just confirm that. So Payne, he gets the penalty for us. Can Brimmer convert from the spot? I think he's scored all his penalties to date for us. And he continues to do that. So 1-0 to the Newcastle Jets, only 17 minutes into the game. It's a penalty, but we'll take it. You don't get those too often in the game. And he took it fairly well. So what can Brisbane Roar do now that they're trailing 1-0? They're normally a pretty decent side, Brisbane. I think last season they certainly beat us at least once. So I'm not going to write them off. This is Tilio now for Brisbane, making a very strong run down the field. He's got a bit of pace in him, this fellow. But can he get a cross in? And he cuts it back very nicely. Well, very good goal by Brisbane. And that's Simon Taban with the finish. But Tilio set that up, coming out of defence with a very good run all the way down into the Newcastle penalty area. And he cut his pass back very well. And Airedale sending it into Taban, who, well, he finished it off very nicely. So 1-1. Brisbane certainly up for a bit of a fight today, that's for sure. So another corner for Brisbane. This will probably go this time, well, okay, a little bit of a glitch. I was going to say near post, but that's taken by Woods. He's done a pretty good job for us in goal. Anyway, this is Connor Payne. Sends it out to Miller, his counterpart on the right, and this is Stamatolopoulos. Oh, he normally finishes those beautifully, but he sent that one wide. I think we'll call out a bit of encouragement to the boys. I think they've been looking slightly the better of the two teams, but shouldn't underestimate Brisbane Roar. And this is the Roar with possession. And this is Daly out to Airedale. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Now this is Gillespie. Can he get his cross in? He cuts it back to Daly. Here comes the cross. Ooh. And there's the goal. A very nice header by Lundy that came off the bar, and Airedale makes it 2-1 to the Roar. So Newcastle Jets, even though they took an early lead from the penalty spot, they've certainly got a fight on their hands now. This is nicely worked by Brisbane. Very good cross, free header. And Airedale, first to respond, puts it in the back of the net. Well, okay, we've got about 15 minutes to half time. I think the Jets would like to try and get a reply before the break. Last season, the Jets did win the FA Cup. They got to the final and came away with the trophy. Be nice to advance to the next round, see if we can defend this particular trophy. But this is Ansell playing it long out to Miller. He's got two guys in the middle if he wants to try and send in a cross, and he does, but that's headed away. This is Mells clearing it, only as far as Jones, or James, I should say. Now Sykes to Brimmer. Nice ball. Payne. Good movement. Good shot. And Oakes with a very, very good finish. That wasn't a bad move by Newcastle Jets, so it's 2-2. And that's the reply we were really looking for before half-time. And it's good to see Jai Oakes, who's just been brought into the first team this season, keeping his cool and finishing very nicely. Payne with a very good run. And Jai Oakes with a simple finish in the end. So, okay, 2-2, all to play for. Fast approaching half-time. Now this is Brimmer with a free kick. That's dealt with very easily by the defence. Now Sykes. Out to Miller. Okay, Galloway, he can send this ball in or maybe cut it back, and he cuts it back to Sykes. Oh, nice play, Miller. Well, his shot was blocked. It was a nice move by the Newcastle Jets, and this is James to Brimmer. I think he's got a free kick here. A little bit of maybe a trip, but obviously it came to nothing. So I think this is going to be probably the score at half-time, 2-2. I think Newcastle have looked the better side. They've certainly had plenty of possession. The corners have favoured Brisbane 5-1. Fancy that. But anyway, that's the half-time score, 2-2. I think we'll go straight to the dressing room, and Carl Veart reckons keep playing the way you've been and the result will come. Well, I think we have been the better side. I think I'll point the old finger and say, look, it's time to really dig in. We deserve to win this match, so let's go and do it. Fingers crossed that was the right half-time team talk to give to the team. We'll find out in the next 45 minutes. Anyway, Brisbane with possession. This is Airedale, one of their goal scorers. Now Gillespie on the left. And he cuts it back, long way back to Mells. Well, that's a very poor pass by Mells, and now Miller. He can set up a counter-attack, plays it in for Stamatelopoulos. He tried his cross. Now Miller, can he just, well, gets it back in. He'll get a second opportunity here. And that's been headed away by Mells, whose poor pass set up that attacking move by the Jets. But most of the Newcastle players playing pretty well. Stamatelopoulos maybe slightly off his game. He's normally playing a little bit better than that. But we don't have Sumau on the bench today because he's on international duty. But we do have Tete Yengi, who can play in a striker position. But we'll just see how things go. I think we'll call out some more encouragement to the boys. See if that has any impact on them. Not a great deal. But certainly when it comes to shots, we're doing much better than the Brisbane Roar. But Galloway injured. Potential groin injury. Well, that's not too good. I think we do have a replacement here. Not really. Okay, well, Mr. Jones, yeah, I'm sorry, we do. We'll put Gethin Jones. He can come in, our new signing. An Australian who was playing in the United Kingdom, so he can get a bit of match time. And I think I'll give it a little bit longer. And we might bring Tete Yengi on for Stamatelopoulos, but this is Sykes making a good run, but he needs to link up with somebody in the forward line, and he cuts it back to Miller. Here comes his cross, and this is, I thought it was Oakes was going to get onto this. This is Sykes with a shot that's been blocked. Now Miller, can he just send it back in? Oh, that's a poor pass. And Airedale will take it away for the Brisbane Roar. So that was a bit disappointing. I thought the Jets were going to do something much more productive with the ball. Well tackled by Ansell. That's good to see. So I think we'll make a second substitution, and this time I think we'll bring on Tate Yengi for Stamatelopoulos. And Tate Yengi, from memory, we'll put him down as we'll keep him as a poacher and see what he can do. Didn't get much game time for us last season, Tate Yengi, but he's got his opportunity this season in the first team. Now this is Nazarene, who was a loan player for Newcastle, I think 2 seasons ago, now playing for Brisbane Roar. Now Tilio to Airedale. Oh, that was a good shot. That was well blocked. Now Daly. This is Sai. Unusual name. That's a good ball out to Rami Nazarene on the right. Can he get his cross in? Or cut it back? And he just tried to play it off the Newcastle player. Well, we're coming up to the 70-minute mark, so still 2-2. I think we'll demand a bit more from the boys. We are the home side. Most of the boys are playing pretty well. So Brisbane have been a fairly worthy opponent, although we've had plenty more shots and more possession than the visitors. But I think we might just make one more substitution. I think we'll bring on Thurgate. Thurgate can come on for Connor Payne. Thurgate can play out on the left from memory. Well, this might go to penalties if it stays 2-2. Don't think we're a team of great penalty takers, but we'll call that one more call of encouragement, 5 minutes of added time. Are we going to see a late winner for somebody in this match? But I don't think so. I think this is heading straight to penalties. Should have really checked if we got maybe extra time. And I should have really checked. But anyway, back to the dressing room. Okay, so we've got extra time and not penalties. Okay, well, we've been playing pretty well. We'll go with Carl's advice there, and we'll start off the first half of extra time. I think penalties would have been a much better idea. Straight to penalties, get the game all done and dusted very quickly. Anyway, this is Sammy Nazarene who intercepted that pass, but obviously the highlight went nowhere. And now Brimmer with a free kick, and he's put that in far too far ahead of the players. Easy take for Oldfield. He'll probably send it down the park. Now this is Brimmer again. Out to Miller. Now can he turn and get a cross in? Well, he's got a pass to Sykes. Oh, lovely cross. And Thurgate, who hasn't been on the field very long, makes it 3-2. That was a very good cross by Sykes. And Thurgate, completely unchallenged. I thought Miller might have made a bit of a hash of this, but he got a pass to Sykes. And Thurgate, yes, just volleys it in. So a very good third goal for the Newcastle Jets. But can we hang on to a 3-2 lead? Plenty of time left in extra time, and this is Brisbane with another corner. And a header, but Woods, he got down and made a A fairly easy save. And he sends it straight down the park. But this is Mel's now playing it long for Tilio. Now Woods. We've got the Newcastle boys just playing out of defence. I think it's much better than seeing a lot of balls just pumped very long down the park and you immediately lose possession, or 90% of the time you do, like that. At least coming out of defence, they do make an attempt to keep possession. But anyway, this is Sykes now winning the ball back very well, plays a nice one through for Yengi. Well, that was an interesting shot that almost beat the keeper, but the keeper did very well to keep it out. So we're coming up to the 100th minute mark and the Jets are still leading 3-2. I think we can maybe make one more substitution in extra time. We might just check to see if we can do that, because we do have Sykes, Brimmer and Miller looking a little bit tired out there. With the substitutes, we still have O'Toole, Melling and Donachie. Well, certainly Melling can play in midfield. So if we can bring on somebody, we will. We'll get straight into extra time. We'll give it maybe another 5 minutes and see whether I can bring on Jacob Melling for the last 10 minutes of the game. But anyway, Brisbane with possession. And that was the end of that very brief highlight. 24 shots to 8. So the Jets have certainly been very dominant when it comes to shooting a goal. And I think we'll just try that to see whether I can bring on Melling for Brimmer. Will this... No, we can't. So, okay, just 3 substitutions. That's it. Hopefully the players can see out the final 10 minutes. Now Tilio will break away here. We've got 3 people in front of him. From memory, he's pretty quick. And he's still very quick, even this late in the game. And he's been brought down. Oh, it's a penalty. Okay. Oh, well, fair enough. We got one in the first half. So now Brisbane, they've got one in the second period of extra time. But anyway, Tilio will take it. What could Woods do? And Tilio, oh, all right, okay, hits the post. I think that's almost like an own goal. I'll have a look at the replay. But I think it does hit the post and then hit the keeper and it goes in. But I think Tilio's been recorded as being the scorer. Yeah, look, I think, well, to me that looks more like an own goal. But anyway, it's 3-3. And all square again. Brimmer with a free kick and Oldfield, he punches it away. Now, this is a bit odd. Tilio jumping. I've never seen this before in Football Manager, but somehow he's gone down the park. And that's a bit of a glitch in the game. I've never seen that happen. Reminds me of Doctor Who. But anyway, we'll demand a bit more. And I think we'll go attacking, see if we can score a 4th goal. But this is Brisbane with another corner. I think they're getting a fair share of the corners in this game, and Daly will send it in. And Woods, he took that quite easily. Only about 3 minutes left. What can Newcastle do? This is Miller. Nice ball through for Tete Yengi. He can try his luck here. He sent a cross into Oakes, who had his shot blocked. That was probably a fairly good opportunity for a 4th goal. Anyway, this is James with a header to Thurgate. He was lucky to keep possession there. Now this is Jai Oakes, who's had a very good game. This is Brimmer. And he's given possession away, but this is Clark to Sykes. Sykes trying to send it in. That's been headed away now. Tilio to Mells. He gives it out to Rami Nazarene. So maybe Brisbane with one final chance for a fourth goal. Not much time left. Here comes his cross to Mills. And he sends in a cross. A good one. Oh, no, an easy goal. An easy goal for Brisbane Roar. That was pretty poor defending by Newcastle. So 4-3 with probably only seconds left in the match. I thought this was all going to peter out here, but Nazarene gets his cross into Mills, and Mills with a very nice cross, and Gillespie leaves his man stranded, and Woods can do nothing there. So 4-3 to, I think he's well and truly onside. 4-3 to Brisbane Roar, and I think that's going to be the ball game. Will play very attacking, but I think it's going to be quite futile. This is Miller, probably the last roll of the dice. He's got to get the ball into the box, and that's not a very good cross. It's well cleared all the way up to Tilio. He's still got a lot of energy, this fellow. And he won Brisbane the penalty. Cuts it back. Oh, well, that's a very nice goal by Jesse Daly. 5-3 to Brisbane. So Brisbane, certainly in this period of extra time, they've been by far the better side, and they're going to walk away with what is looking like quite a comfortable victory. And once again, Tilio making a very good run down the park, a good ball back and first-time shot. Beats Woods. And there's no coming back from 5-3. So Brisbane have come to Newcastle and will walk away with a very, very good victory. So this will be the end of the road for the Jets in the FFA Cup this particular season. And that's it. An extra time win for Brisbane Roar, 5-3, even though we had 26 shots to 12. An average rating of just over 7 and more possession. That was rather disappointing that we couldn't finish that game off. But I think I was quite disappointed with that. But anyway, that's the way the game went today. In other matches, Macarthur FC beat Central Coast Mariners 2-0, and I think it's Southwest Queensland Thunder beating Moreton Bay United by 2-1. So Brisbane Roar outscore Newcastle Jets in a thriller. Scott Galloway, oh gee, that's a blow. Out for maybe 3 to 4 weeks with a groin strain, so the physio can deal with that. We receive only $2,000 for that defeat. And Sykes certainly did impress with 9 key passes, a very good rating of 8.3. And his passing was very good, I must admit. So what's going to be in store for the Newcastle Jets? Let's have a look at the schedule. We've got a Katarovsky testimonial coming up at home on the 3rd of September, which is this coming Saturday in the game against Macarthur FC. And then 1 week later, the A-League actually kicks off with, funnily enough, Brisbane Roar, another home game for the Jets in Newcastle. The A-League this particular season kicking off very early, mid-September. That normally doesn't happen. But anyway, we'll play that testimonial offline, and then we'll come back for the Brisbane Roar again in our next video. And that'll be the start of the A-League season. So that's the video for today. A game with plenty of goals, 8 goals, but unfortunately a 3-5 defeat to the Jets. Brisbane Roar were too good in the end. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. I'm Barry Foster. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.